If someone asked you to recommend a great game for them to play, what would you say? Baldur's Gate 3? Elden Ring? Redfall? I think if someone asked me this, Resident Evil 2 would now be high up on the list of things I'd say first. This game feels so universally likable, so solid as an experience, and such a staple of someone's game catalogue, and it feels like the definition of a great game. Resident Evil 2 is the most fundamentally and objectively good game I've played in a very long time. Every part of it feels like a pleasure to play. With Resident Evil Requiem coming out in about a month, I wanted to make sure I had more experience of the franchise under my belt. So far, I've only played 4 and now this, and I wanted to make sure I'd seen the more scary parts of the franchise because, well, Resident Evil 4 did not really feel like a horror game. I think I'm going to need an extra large box of nappies for Requiem though, and I'm really excited about the horrors that game will bring because now I've played Resident Evil 2, I've really got a taste for the realistic horror these games can bring. So heads up, I'm still ill. I said this in my last video, but my voice is going to sound slightly off. I'm on the up though, so by next video I should sound fine. Right? Thank you. Cool. Well, I don't know why I said thank you. This is probably the review I'm going to have the least amount of things to discuss for a long time, and it's not going to be a very long video. Every part of this is made extremely well, except that one time I fell through the floor. That was actually really cool when it happened though. I just ran around the whole lab at the end of the game. Oh, that was fun. My notes page has hardly anything written down, so this is more going to be me flying through the things I thought were the most impressive about the game. I don't have many thoughts or even complex thoughts. I just recommend it really. Now, I don't play a lot of horror, it's something I definitely want to get into more, but Resident Evil 2 somehow manages to be the most real feeling horror I've played despite controlling a character in third person. Real as in, the soundscape pulls you in, the weight of this apocalypse draws heavy on you as you work through these areas. The flashlight can't always cover every area you hear noise. Areas change and new zombies appear and old ones sometimes come back to life. The places you go to in Resident Evil 2 feel alive and dynamic and grounded. The gameplay, as I'm sure it will be in other games in the franchise, is just so good. There are two sides to this coin, the zombie survival and resource management, and then the level progression. I want to offer a take that the level design is actually more interesting than the survival side of the coin, even though that side is terrific. A few months ago, I played the first game I've ever given the must-play rank to, The Seance of Blake Manor. Now, I think about this game a lot, just like I said I would in my review, so I've got a real taste for some detective puzzling. And the way you solve rooms in this game, backtracking, keeping a memory of each key item you get, where you could use it, and having these light bulb moments where you figure out where something goes, using logic to get through the police station and to an extent the sewers, it really feels straight out of a detective game. There's a hook here of keep solving things, find where that key item goes, use your brain to figure out this next bit, and I found that really enticing. But then you get the whole stuck in an apocalypse type beat. Running around like a detective is made only sweeter when you're also satisfyingly controlling your resource management, choosing to save bullets by running past zombies, figuring out what you need to throw out of your inventory. It's a really fun system to engage with. The zombies are also among the most impressive enemies I've ever faced in a game. It's honestly night and day between how these zombies feel to encounter and how the ones in Resident Evil 4 feel. These zombies can make you tense, unsettled, and claustrophobic. They move so exactly how they should. They look like real people. You see the real person behind the zombie. This was someone living a life, but now they're limping towards you, cursed to be this mindless, horrifying creature. You read a lot of documents in this game and you see a lot about how life worked before the outbreak. Workers' banter, celebrations, logistics, you read it all from teams of people who've been annihilated by this zombie outbreak. And then you meet them all and spray them with bullets, ending them for good. You really get a sense for the humanity in this game, which makes the zombies and the atmosphere more oppressive as you feel the gravity of what's happened, the dire situation you're in, and the wider condition of Raccoon City and the small part you play in it. The enemies are clever and a pleasure to encounter. Even basic zombies that go down after a few headshots have a chance of rising again, whether that's straight away or when you go back into the room you left them in for the 4th time and find them standing by the door waiting for you to come back. Grotesque, animalistic creatures hang from the ceiling and jump on you. Signature music plays for certain enemies, building that fear and anticipation for them. You see countless bodies of people who try to stand up to them. I can't really show any of them on here, but there was more than one situation where I would look at a body and wonder how they ended up like they did. Like one guy towards the start of the game who was hanging from the ceiling by a piece of metal that had gone through his face. Everything in this game is out to get you and every room is unfamiliar. You have to make the safe space yourself by combing through each place inch by inch, knowing that the safe space can be taken back from you by a reanimated zombie lurking in the corner. Hearing their clumsy limbs coming back to life, they groan indicating their general direction, but being vague enough that you stay put in case the sound loops behind you where you can't see. And I really love the sound in this game. What I just said happens a lot because the flashlight you get given in a dark room actually doesn't cover much space at all. Maybe my brightness was too low, but I could barely see outside of the flashlight circle. There is tension of shooting one zombie, hearing a noise outside of your field of vision, then turning to look and hoping it's not a zombie right in front of you, because it could be, and it did happen. The flashlight can only cover one direction. It's hard to keep an eye on everything. you have to let yourself rely on noise instead of covering the area with vision. The sound extends past the basic zombies to our favorite enemy in the game. Say it with me now, Mr. X. This guy, not the guy in the picture, is a joy to have running around RPD. Just when the threat of zombies here is wearing off and you think you've cleaned house, this guy appears and throws your nervous system into next week. Hearing this guy's footsteps slowly fade in is one of my favorite parts of this game. Not seeing Mr. X is scarier than seeing him. I loved hearing him through the walls, knowing he was close. The idea of him wandering these halls so close to me was thrilling. I loved watching him when he couldn't see me, praying that somehow he wouldn't just look up and snap to me and just go chase me. He was a bit exploitable around safe rooms, but the pure joy of being hunted in this space with him was unlike anything else. Yeah, and that's it. Those are my general thoughts. I wanted to get this video out because I'm actually overdue to be playing Code Vein 2 right now, and I didn't have too much to add to the conversation of this game. I played it, it's great, I recommend it, and you should play it too. The audio design is unparalleled in how it makes you and the world feel. The zombies are everything you want them to be, and the detective-like level design is a pleasure to play through. Thank you for watching this incredibly short review, and I hope to see you again soon. See ya!